I won't pay back my $20,000 loan. Buying my first house felt like a monumental step. After years of saving and scraping by, holding those keys felt like a real reward for all my hard work. My parents had even helped me out financially, gifting me $20,000 to make things easier. They'd insisted it was a gift. No strings attached. My dad was clear he just wanted to support me since he knew how hard I'd worked. Almost a year after I settled in, things took a dramatic turn. My dad was unexpectedly let go from his job, leaving my parents in financial trouble. My mom's part-time work wasn't enough to cover their bills, and I could tell things were tense for them. Then, out of the blue, my dad called, announcing that they'd be moving in with me for a while until they got back on their feet. He didn't ask, it was presented as a decision already made. Stunned, I asked how long they planned to stay, but his response was vague and frustratingly evasive. "Until things work out," he said, as if that was somehow reassuring. I told him I'd be happy to help them temporarily, but I needed a clear plan and timeline. That's when he blindsided me, reminding me of the $20,000 they'd given me and calling it a loan I'd have to repay. He said that since they'd invested in my home, they had the right to stay there as long as they needed, even to make the rules. My dad told me to clear out my office to turn it into a bedroom for them, and he expected I'd follow their lead in running the household. The idea that this generous gift was suddenly a debt I owed shocked me. I tried to reason with him. "Dad, you told me that money was a gift, no strings attached. If it was actually a loan, I wouldn't have taken it," I explained. But he wouldn't back down. He insisted that my refusal to let them stay indefinitely showed my ingratitude, and if I wouldn't give them a place, I'd need to pay back the loan immediately. He even threatened to take me to court to make it happen. Our argument left me shaken and hurt. I'd always thought that gift was a show of trust and support, but now it felt like leverage he was using to control my life. As if that wasn't bad enough, my extended family began reaching out, calling me selfish and accusing me of abandoning my parents in their time of need. Dad's version of events painted me as an ungrateful child who was refusing to pay back his loan, conveniently leaving out that he'd told me it was a gift from the start. Despite the pressure, I knew I had to hold my ground. I had worked too hard to let my own home become a place where I'd feel like a guest, and I wasn't going to bend to manipulation, no matter who it came from. It hurt to feel isolated from my family, but I also realized this was a necessary boundary. I made it clear to Dad that if he wanted to take this to court, I was prepared to see it through. Standing firm was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. The fallout was painful and led to tension with family members who couldn't see my side. But in the end, I knew that if I caved, I'd be giving up my hard-earned peace and independence. This was my home, my life, and I wasn't about to lose it over a gift that came with invisible strings.